Blake Griffin off the bench, played big. Now we take a listen to him at the podium.
There's several things. I mean, I think defensively we just haven't been a cohesive unit. And I mean, I'm sure you guys are seeing it, but the way Boston plays defense, it's like what they do is pretty special. They do it at a high level. And offensively, we just haven't gotten to that groove where everything's clicking. And against a defense like that, you have to have everything clicking. I mean, they close so quickly on everybody. We just need to do a better job of attention to details and do a better job of executing on, our big main game plans.
Coming off the floor, when you lose a game, you're down 0-3. What's the conversation among teammates? What's the vibe at that point?
Obviously, nobody's even remotely happy or content. We're all frustrated, but especially those guys that have played in the playoffs for a long time know that the series is far from over. We get one more game at home, and we need to do a good job of coming out ready to play from the beginning. You have to put, teams like this, you have to put a full 48 together. It can't be 40, it can't be 44. It has to be a full 48. And I think our energy needs to be good tomorrow, Monday, and shoot around and transfer that into the game Monday night.
Blake, Steve had said that he wasn't planning on changing the rotation at all. He was going to stick with the same guys that played in games 1 and 2. Just did you anticipate playing? And I guess what was the feeling when your name got called, because we haven't seen you for a while?
Anticipate. I've tried to stay ready at every moment. Most of the time it looks like you're not going to play. You're normally right, but they told me, and I was ready. But that's just part of my job. It's all of our jobs to stay ready. But it was great to be out there.
Kind of following up, I mean, for Kevin, only 11 shot attempts in general. Just what did you see from him that maybe would have, or the Celtics defense that took his number of attempts down?
Well, I think we can do a better job offensively of getting him better looks, getting him some freedom at least. Like I said, they're great defensively, but I think there's ways to help him. I mean, he does all that for us, through the regular season and most of the time in the playoffs. But we definitely can do a better job of getting him free a little bit.
Hey, Blake, we just heard from Steve, and he was mentioning how there's a lot of self-inflicted wounds. Why do you think at times there's so much second-guessing on offense?
Andre and Seth have been here for, month and a half. Kevin was out when they got here, then Kevin came back. I don't know that we've played, a lot of games together, but there's other teams that are like that have made trades and haven't really had a cohesive unit for the entire season. But I think our attention to detail needs to go up, and that's from everybody, players included, and especially players. Obviously, we're out there, so. I think we all just need to, take a look in the mirror and watch the tape and be real with ourselves and ask ourselves what we can do to be better. Because it's top to bottom.
Are you confident that enough adjustments can be made by Monday?
Yeah, I mean, I think, tomorrow when we come in, we'll talk about it and see what the coaching staff has for us. And, the great thing about this team, LaMarcus, Kevin, Kai, Goran, these guys have been Patty. These guys have seen, a lot of playoff games. I've seen some, so we collectively have some knowledge as well. So, see what the coaches have for us and go through it. And like I said, bring a certain amount of intensity the next couple of days, and also have the right spirit the next couple of days. I think is important for us. I don't know that our spirit was right tonight.
I got 2 quick ones for you. Just, you were questionable earlier today with your ankle. I mean, were you feeling that out there at all tonight?
Once you get out there, the adrenaline, no.
And then you hit the 2 threes to make it, a one-possession game or right within striking distance, and they hit right back. Just what's so tough about them, about stringing together stops like that on them?
They for the most part, they play within themselves. I mean, they know, Jason's their go-to guy. Jalen obviously had a good game. I mean, for them, I think part of it is defensively. They just, they'll get a stop, they'll get a steal, they'll, push the ball. They'll push the ball sometimes after makes. Transition defense is a big thing for us in this series, and those are that's the attention to detail, sort of that I was talking about. I mean, that's just effort and taking care of the ball.
Blake, you've obviously been in the league a long time. You've played in dozens of playoff games. Is this as good a collective defensive effort as you've ever seen against a superstar player in Kevin? And if so, what specifically about their defense has impressed you the most in regards to Kevin?
This is a great defensive team. There's different styles of basketball. I played against Memphis in the playoffs, when they were kind of that grit and grind defense. San Antonio in the playoffs is always good defensively, but I think what impresses me the most is their ability to shrink the floor and then also get out to everybody else. They just do a phenomenal job at it. But that just means we have to be, sharper.
You mentioned like the team spirit. Do you see that in just the ability to rebound from a deficit, or what specifically did you see that led you to feel that the spirit wasn't where it needed to be?
I think in the playoff series, coming home down 0-2, coming home that first game at home, I think your spirit's got to be high. I mean, you can't. I don't know. It's tough to say exactly what I saw. I just felt like we didn't have the right spirit throughout the entire game. I mean, teams go on runs, and it's a game of runs. But we have the firepower and we have the talent to withstand runs and also make runs ourselves. And I think when other teams make runs, we need to do a better job of just weathering it and keep going. Not let it affect us.